Hello, and welcome to Halloween on my channel. It's that spooky time of year where we add pumpkin spice to everything, but not today. Everyone knows these Pillsbury pumpkin cookies signal the beginning of the spooky season. Now, I've always been curious whether or not I could just make these without the package of them, you know? So today, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm not exactly an artist or anything of the sort, but I was on the interwebs Googling my way through a rabbit hole to discover that I don't think that anyone has attempted to make them like the Pillsbury ones before and documented it on YouTube. There are some people that have ones that have pumpkins in them and things that look kind of similar, but nothing like this. What I'm going for is the face. I need that pumpkin face in my cookies. So what you're going to need is some granulated sugar, of course, all-purpose flour, baking powder, magic or non, salted butter, 4 eggs, some vanilla, and of course, food coloring. First things first, you're going to plop your butter in a bowl and struggle because you didn't soften it first like an idiot. You're going to whip that up, changing camera angles because your other one was awful and this one is still awful, but a little less so. Add your sugar, mix it all up, and then one at a time add your eggs, trying to be cool and cracking with one hand until you drop shell in and have to redeem yourself by cracking the other 3 perfectly one-handed. Whisk that all together, add your vanilla, like about that much. I don't usually measure vanilla. Is that bad? It's probably bad. Try not to fling batter all over your kitchen. As you struggle to take the whisk things out of your electric mixer, then you're gonna add not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 cups of flour into a bowl that is definitely too small to hold 5 cups of flour. And you will fruitlessly try to add in all the wet ingredients and stir, pretending like it'll all fit in the bowl before becoming defeated and getting the only thing larger that you have, which is a big metal pot. Now you can mix it up without spilling it literally all over your kitchen. Gotta get your hands in there because otherwise this will never come together. Now this is where I thought I was a genius. I thought I was gonna do a little bit of cookie surgery and figure out how much of each color I needed. So I took one of the Pillsbury cookies and cut it up in the different colors, kind of. I thought it would be better in my head. And I just wanted to see the amounts that I would kind of need of each color. So through all of this, I figured out I needed about an equal amount of regular and orange and then just a little bit of green, which is shocking, I know. So from here, you're gonna add a crap ton of food dye into your cookie dough and knead it for literally 10 years before you get an underwhelming orange. Next, you're gonna do the same for the green, but of course with green food dye because that's how you get the color. And once again, knead for 10 years, which I won't show you because it takes forever. Now this next part's a little hard to follow if you're not actually watching the video, but basically I was trying to imitate those candy rolling videos by making a big version of it and then rolling it out smaller. So I started out by making the eyes, putting the white and then the green, kind of making like how the eyes look on the package. I'll put a picture up on the screen so you know what the heck I'm talking about. I changed angles again because I realized you couldn't really see what I was doing. So I flattened out some orange for the bottom and made it kind of like a U shape, which you can't see from this angle, so that I could add in the white for the smile part of the pumpkin. I filled that in with orange. I obviously underestimated the amount of orange that I would need, as you'll see throughout this entire process. So then I added the eyes on and then proceeded to fill it in with orange again. You can kind of see the face there, right? No, just me? That's fine. Use the tiny bit of orange that you have left trying to cover the entire top and sides. Realize you can't and just go for it because you can't do anything else at this point. It's done. It's been done. At this point, you can probably see a really weird face forming. Just gotta add that green on top and tweak a little pumpkin nipple on it. I don't know what I said that. Oh my god. And the last step is to wrap it all up in the white to create the outside of the cookie. You can kind of see what I'm going for. I mean, it doesn't look very good, but that's it. So I started rolling out the dough, trying to make it a little thinner, but then I realized, what if it doesn't even look like what it's supposed to look like? So I decided that I was going to cut it open, and oh my god, it kind of worked. How did this actually kind of work at all? So from there, I actually decided to roll it out into smaller cookies because these are massive. Look at that face though, it actually kind of turned out. It resembles something orange that could resemble a pumpkin. So I spent forever trying to roll this out and it was awful. It kept breaking apart and not doing exactly what I wanted. It took forever to actually roll smaller, so I couldn't get it as small as the Pillsbury ones. But I decided to see how well it was holding up, so I cut it again, and I decided that I was gonna go with that size because it was getting a bit distorted, and I thought that would be best. But I realized that when I was cutting it, it was squishing the face. So I took a tip from Tasty, and I used some thread, like they do with cinnamon buns, to keep the shape from, I don't know, getting squished. So I did that a bunch of times until I had a bunch of cookies, and then since the faces were getting distorted, I decided to make some giant cookies as well, because it already was bad enough without getting worse as I was rolling it out. So I just used the same string method and got myself a bunch of those. Then I just threw those in the oven and let's see how they turned out. I'm not gonna lie. They didn't turn out exactly like I was expecting, but I can't exactly say I'm mad about it. They're so derpy. This right here is the crown jewel. This is what I was going for, 100%. This might be my favorite thing that I've ever made in my whole life. I give myself a 10 out of 10. I give these cookies a million out of 10 because they're so funny. I wasn't going for terrible, and I think that they look even better than the Pillsbury ones. Since I've done this and got this result, I'm pretty sure that I could get pretty close if I tried it a second time, but I don't have time for that, and honestly, this is good enough for me. It's delicious. And it tastes like real sugar cookies, not like the crap that Pillsbury has. I'm sorry. I do love them, but they're so not good. 10 out of 10 would definitely recommend making these. I'm coming after your brand, David. Join me back here on this channel for some more spooky goodness throughout the month. I'm going to try and upload as many videos as I can because it's a great time of year for me. I love it. You get to wear sweaters, you get to be spooky. What else could I want? But that's all I got for you today, so stay spooky.